Today I have a video that has been requested many times. I had up a video on oily skin, but I just removed it because I look so ugly. I know I'm not the kind of person that cares if I'm on rollers, you know that, but that was kind of awful. And I just wanted to do something about oily skin. I just wanted to do it because I have oily skin, and it's been a pain in the back. Terrible all of my life with oily skin. The only thing and advantage that I know you know of if you have oily skin is that you don't get as many wrinkles and as some other types of skin. First of all, the characteristics of oily skin, we all know it's shine and oil the most part of our face, constant or occasional breakouts. Now, I want to mention that oily skin is not the same as acne-prone skin. You can be acne-prone skin and have sensitive or even dry skin. Another characteristic of this type of skin is the large pores. The foundation oxidizes on you. It means that when you put your makeup on, after 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, it gets an orange hue to it, and it's really annoying because you step out of the door with your fresh makeup, and after 2-3 hours it's orange. That's ugly. It is also more prone to blackheads. Blackheads are not the same as pimples. Blackheads are more of your oil production, and then the external factors as pollution and your own makeup and stuff like that gets into your large pores, and it gets gray or black when it oxidizes. Yuck. Okay, common mistakes that oily skin holders do. We can over-cleanse, over-tone, or over-exfoliate, and that's pretty bad because your skin produces a whole lot more oil when you deprive your skin of it. Your skin is producing some amount of oil every day, and then you try to strip it all out. It's not going to work. And it's going to produce a whole lot more. Another very common mistake is that we don't use the proper products. We don't tend to read the labels too much, and we can get a lot of oils and waxes and stuff that clogs our pores. One of the worst things we can do is use alcohol-based cleansers or toners. I know it feels very nice in the beginning, when you feel all clean and your skin is very tight, but afterwards it's going to happen what I told you before. Your skin is going to produce even more oil. If you don't believe me, just go one night, just go to bed, wash your face with a neutral soap, and take a picture of how your skin wakes up. But the very next day, just go ahead and cleanse your face with pure alcohol, with some kind of alcohol. Just go to sleep and take a picture the morning after. It's going to be as shiny as the moon in October. So some recommendations for oily skin that I found very useful is using a cleanser that is mild, it's pH balanced, preferably not just regular soap, because it is basically made out of grease. Use an oil-free moisturizer. I know if you have oily skin, you tend to skip the moisturizer part, but it's not going to work because your skin needs moisture, and if you strip your skin from any moisture, it's going to happen again. You're going to exacerbate the production of oil. Actually, when you start moisturizing with an oil-free moisturizer every day, you're going to notice that your face produces less oil. Another recommendation is witch hazel. Witch hazel is dirt cheap. You can get it anywhere, and it's super cheap, and it smells funky, but over time, in the long term, you're going to get less oil production, and I've noticed it myself. Shimmers. Shimmers are a don't when you have oily skin. I know MSFs and all those highlighting products are very nice, and when you see that glowing complexion of those movie stars, it's like tempting. But if you have oily skin, you're gonna get glowy anyways. So I suggest all the time just to add your highlighter to your highlighting point, like right here, and never do it on your nose. Whenever I use it, I try to look good on a highlighter, and I touch my nose, I end up with a light bulb right here. Never, never retouch your powder without blotting the excess oil, because it's disgusting. It's like you have your makeup and then you produce a little oil. You have a makeup, you have the oil, and then another layer of makeup. That'll clog your pores like big time. So I always suggest that you put your foundation on, and when you need to retouch your powder, just go ahead and take a napkin or a toilet seat cover or something like that, or rice paper. So I always suggest that you do that before you retouch your powder. And the use of products that are mattifying. And you might be asking, well, there's not a lot of those on the market. There's a lot of products that are very expensive, like there's a Makeup Forever primer, mattifying primer that I used once with a sample. It was so. I was not thrilled by it. Then I tried the Face to Face Anti-Shine, Super Anti-Shine, something like that. It is effective, but it's very expensive. And the other thing is that it comes in two tones, so it kind of has a color to it, and I didn't really like that. There's a MAC product that I haven't tried, but I don't want to spend that much money. Lately, I got the Boots number 7 Instant Matte. I don't know, I sent it to my sister because she doesn't have oily skin. It's just kind of shiny in some areas. I made a discovery that I'm not the only one that has made it. And there's a shout out here for Erica Lee 777 that made a video on this already. She shared her experience on the usage of Milk Magnesia. Yeah, this weird discovery. I don't know who was the first person who tried Milk Magnesia as a makeup primer, but I was also reading, like just as Erica, I was reading on Makeup Alley some reviews, and all of a sudden I came across Milk Magnesia. I was like, what is a laxative doing here? Oh yes. So I was really curious about it, and I went ahead and read all the great reviews that this thing had for oily skin primer. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. So, like 3 months after that, I wasn't able to find anything that helped me with my oily skin. And actually, nothing worked like this thing does work. Even expensive or non-expensive, nothing actually worked. So I found that they are not as good, that the Boots mattifying drops are not as good as the Milk of Magnesia in keeping my face matte for so many hours. Erica was talking about 10 hours. This worked for me more than 10 hours. Actually, it's kind of drying. This is a hardcore mattifier. You're not going to be able to blend your foundation as well if you don't put a moisturizer. So, Milk Magnesia, yes, plain Milk Magnesia, the original flavor. I haven't tried the cherry flavor or the mint one, and I'm not interested in it. I just put it in a little dropper or a little bottle like this that has a dispenser like this, and here is how I apply it. What I do is I just place 1 drop per area at a time, like this, and then rub it on. Why do I do this section by section? Because if it dries and you haven't like blended it very well, you can get like a chalky finish, very ugly. And it's really important that you shake it very, very well before, because it kind of settles. So just, you can pat it on also, just like that. It's 2 or 3 drops. It's all you need for 1 section at a time. And the nose, very important. very important. This is the worst area for me. So yeah, that's how it's done, so it won't get all chalky. And then just let it dry. For any people putting this as the first step after washing their face or cleansing their face, maybe it's going to be overly mattifying. And this is, for us with oily skin, it will be a dream. But for me, sometimes it gets a little bit difficult to blend everything if I just put this under my makeup. So what I do is I put this first of all, and then I put my moisturizer and my sunblock and then my makeup. Because if I do it first moisturizer and then this, I don't think it mattifies as much. And I have to use the moisturizer because otherwise my foundation just won't blend. At least it won't blend well. So you can use it as primer, or you can use it with your primer. You can definitely do that if you want, because this won't fill in your pores or your wrinkles. It's only going to mattify. So what I suggest for you to do is that you use it on your oily areas. Don't use it on your dry areas, because as I said, I repeat it, this is very effective and very hardcore. So don't put it on your dry areas. You're going to find the best way to use it. I think you have to practice with it, to put it before or after a moisturizer. But this thing is amazing. 3 or 4 subscribers that were completely desperate about them having their foundation just melted down by 11 o'clock. I just passed the tip to them, and they say it works wonders. I've been using it for a month right now. I haven't had any adverse reactions. And I made a test of health of my face using the Boots mattifying drops and my other health with the Milk Magnesia. It was a Sunday and I did it all day long. And here's the pictures for that.